Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Innovation Podcast, your source for all things innovation. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Tom Impallomeni on the line, and he's co-founder and CEO over at Tribe XR. Tom, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Tom. So I'm excited to get into today's topic. So we're going to go a little bit into immersive skills training and some of the cool things that you're doing over at Tribe XR. But before we do that, let's just go a little bit further into the company. Tell us a little bit more about Tribe XR, please.
So Tribe XR is a company focused on making the world more creative. So we are using virtual and augmented reality to teach creative skills in a better way than you can currently learn through online video or through going to a studio and paying for classes. And really we've developed this virtual studio where we connect teachers and students either live for live training or asynchronously, so you can kind of follow along with recorded lesson content. And Tribe is about practicing, playing, and performing creative skills, starting with music. Actually, our first use case is the Tribe XR DJ School, which is available on Oculus Rift, Quest, HTC Vive, and Steam VR, so 4 big virtual reality stores. And you can go there today, and we have simulated equipment within 30 seconds of starting the app. You're straight onto that equipment. You can start learning to DJ and learning to produce music, and then within an hour or two, you can start performing to the world on platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Wow, first off, I think that's absolutely amazing, like what you're doing with the barrier of entry now to be able to spread this creativity. It just blows my mind. To be in a couple of hours later, be able to do something like that. So let's just kind of go further down that path of immersive skills training and where you see this going. So tell us a little bit more about just the plans and kind of the potential that you see in this immersive skills training environment.
Of course. So we're excited because the medium of virtual and augmented reality works really, really well for teaching people skills both in VR but also for the real world. That's where we started with Tribe. And the potential in this is that obviously we started with music, but there's a potential to teach any type of practical creative skill. And we have a specific focus on skills that you can perform or you can share. Those are skills that as you learn these creative skills, you start creating and sharing with your fans or your audience, and really enabling people to sort of start building a following, start building a community of people that they can collaborate with and sort of share their skills with. So we think this is a kind of huge opportunity. We see Tribe as, a sort of masterclass.com meet a fame school, a creative school. So, we see huge potential. Obviously, VR training has applications beyond creative skills into sort of vocational training and, making people better at their jobs. Mm-hmm. We're just super excited by the creative space in general because it's really allowing people to improve and learn skills that they're passionate about.
I think that's awesome because I feel like the creative space often gets left out on things like this. So meaning, they've been teaching people how to drive forklifts for a real long time with VR and other things like that in simulators. And it's like, well, if you could do that, we could do some creative things too. So I'm in. I think it's awesome what you're doing. What kind of response and feedback have you heard from your community? Just for those that are listening that maybe aren't familiar with Tribe XR, give us a little bit of the kind of the community feedback and what you've managed to build here.
Of course. So we've developed a community which is now growing fast. We have about 20,000 students, and it's growing every month.
Wow,
and
it's amazing. Congratulations, by the way. That's not easy.
Thank
Congrats
you.
On that one. Let's not just glance over that, Tom. That's a big deal.
Absolutely. And the most amazing thing is that they have a broad impact. So those students, when they're performing, they're reaching people all around the world on every device, not just people in VR. And so those students have reached millions of people online, which is just awesome. In terms of the sort of impact that our product has on them, we see a number of different bits of feedback. So we see a lot of excitement from aspiring DJs who would have never otherwise had the chance to learn. And their feedback is really that they're excited and that it's a really effective way to learn skills. We've seen DJs like, there's a DJ called Illuminati who came in, she started learning in Tribe. She's now a professional performing DJ playing all around the San Francisco Bay Area, both in VR but also in real life in clubs. So that type of feedback and those type of results are really, really sort of, we're very proud of. The most common feedback that we get is that people are excited that they get access to simulations of really expensive high-end equipment at a fraction of the cost. So if you're a professional DJ, if you want to buy equipment similar to what you'd find in a nightclub, normally that would cost you, $6,000 plus. And with Tribe, you can get access to a perfect simulation of that pro-grade kit for a fraction of the cost. So really the first bit of feedback that we get is that people are amazed that that's possible. And the most, our community gets most excited about sharing. So shared collaborations, back-to-back experiences, and also, group lessons and ways that they can kind of share both their learning experience and their performances. And so that's really, aside from access to the tools and the content, it's really that sharing aspect that gets people most excited.
Man, that is really exciting. I mean, that excites me. I'm like, hey, I want to learn too. Wait a minute, hold on here. My team's looking at me like, no, Adam, you're going to keep my podcast and you don't get to do any of that cool stuff. You're not that cool. It's okay, though. They're mean. They're mean, Tom. That being said, so what's next for you? What's next with Tribe XR? Like, what are your plans going forward? Obviously, you guys have a lot of growth. You're obviously in this creative market. You're killing it. I mean, what's next for you?
So we actually just completed a program in LA called Techstars Music, which is probably the top music technology accelerator globally. And we completed that program in May. We're currently in our next phase of growth. So we're sort of talking to investors, talking to partners, and we're starting to integrate music streaming services into Tribe so that you no longer just have to use your own downloaded music, but you can actually hook into subscriptions that you're already part of, so that you can access huge libraries of music to get creative with. And we are targeting further expansion this year, hopefully rolling out onto PlayStation VR within the next sort of 9 months. And that's going to open up, obviously, a whole new market for us. And then we're most excited about broadening the skills that we're going to teach. So not just teaching straight DJing, but also adding music production, the ability to make beats, the ability to make songs, and then other skills like musical instruments and other creative performance skills. So we're really excited about starting to roll out some of these next use cases over the next sort of year. And we're expanding our team at the moment as well. We're all based over here on the West Coast, so sort of expanding in preparation for rolling out those next use cases.
Man, that's awesome. So, Tom, that being said, first off, congrats on all that expansion. Congrats on the success and really creating a community of sharing and what you're doing. I mean, and you're almost democratizing the music industry in terms of letting people have access to these tools, again, at a fraction of cost to where it may have been prohibitive for them even to get in that space. And love to hear that success story you shared about somebody already professionally playing after starting with on Tribe XR. That's just awesome stories, man. Congrats. And again, thank you for coming on the show. If somebody's listening to this and they want to learn more about Tribe XR or to connect with the community, I mean, what's the best way for them to do that?
So the best way is to either email us, so info@tribexr.com, or go to our website, so www.tribexr.com. And we also have a really vibrant Discord community, so discord.gg/TribeXR. And that community, there's thousands of DJs in training on there. So if you want to kind of come and get a sense of really what our students are up to, that's the best place to go.
Fantastic. Well, Tom, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about what you're doing over at Tribe XR. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Innovation, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave some comments on the video. I'd love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Tom, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.